Out in Hollywood, a lot of people come up missing. Feels like it might be a lot of that in order to control, traumatize. They want to monetize and traumatize.
Anthony Joshua was not supposed to make it out of that car crash. That car crash was absolutely done to end his life. That was deliberately done. But when things like that are deliberately done, there have to be other people involved, other casualties involved to make it look like an accident.
Jake Paul's fight history is starting to look seriously unsettling, and people online can't stop talking about it. He's faced around 13 opponents so far, and almost every single one of them ended up dealing with something heavy afterward. Major health scares, career collapses, or life-changing incidents. We're talking about two situations people described as near death, one deadly car crash, and multiple lives going completely sideways, all packed into barely 4 years. Now things get even stranger. Just 10 days after being connected to Jake Paul, Anthony Joshua was involved in a serious car crash in Nigeria, and that's when the internet really lost it. Social media users instantly started connecting dots, digging up old clips where Kanye West talked about sacrifices in the industry, and suddenly the theories exploded. Some people are saying the crash wasn't random at all, claiming Anthony may have gone off script and didn't let Jake win like he was supposedly meant to. Then there's an even darker rumor spreading fast. A few online voices are saying Anthony allegedly sold his soul and that the two friends who died in the crash were part of some twisted sacrifice theory. Others are comparing this to a past accident involving former UFC champion Francis Ngannou, which also happened in Nigeria and tragically resulted in a young person losing their life, a detail that added even more shock to the discussion. And now Jake Paul is publicly talking about wanting to fight in Ghana next, which only made people more suspicious. So what's really happening here? Was Anthony Joshua's crash truly just an accident? Or is there something deeper going on around Jake Paul? Social media is spiraling hard. Theories are getting wilder by the day, and plenty of people are convinced this story is far from over. Let's look at what people online are actually saying, because this is where the theories really go off the rails. Some commenters are claiming Anthony didn't follow the script and is now being targeted, saying powerful money interests were involved and expected him to lose. According to these rumors, the plan was for Anthony Joshua to take the loss, and when that didn't happen, everything allegedly changed fast. A few viral posts even dragged Netflix into it, with people saying the whole thing was set up and meant to play out a certain way. Others point to the crash footage itself, saying it looked too performative, and claiming Anthony appeared mostly unharmed in the videos they watched. One comment straight up said he broke the script, and that the money behind the scenes wanted to end his career or worse, but his survival supposedly threw everything off. Some people think that because he survived, nothing more will happen, while others believe something is still coming that'll make him regret stepping out of line. But then, the theory takes a darker turn. Another group insists this wasn't about Anthony at all, claiming he supposedly agreed to lose two close friends in the crash instead. One fan wrote, "I think everyone's missing the point. I don't think Anthony Joshua was meant to die. I think he had to pay a price by losing people he loved to secure the deal." And that comment blew up fast. That pulled Kanye West's old comments back into the spotlight, where he talked about sacrifices in the industry and said, "My mama ain't," a quote people are now reposting everywhere as the theories keep spiraling out of control. Now fans are side-eyeing everything about Anthony Joshua's accident, wondering if it fits into the same strange pattern people keep pointing out. Nothing feels random to them anymore, and every detail is getting picked apart online like it's part of a bigger puzzle. When it comes to the Anthony Joshua versus Jake Paul fight, a lot of viewers say things felt off from the very start. The fight went in a direction nobody expected, and fans keep calling the footage fishy, saying AJ looked like he was pulling punches left and right. In the early rounds, some swear it looked like he was trying to knock Jake out, but doing it carefully, almost like he was holding back on purpose. Then there's that moment everyone keeps replaying. When AJ broke Jake Paul's jaw, people say Jake didn't look hurt. He looked shocked, like genuinely stunned. Meanwhile, Anthony was smiling, almost laughing, staring right back at him like he knew something Jake didn't. Fans keep saying that reaction didn't look normal at all, and one comment said it looked like the script just got flipped right in front of everyone. Now people are asking if this was meant to be another show business fight where Jake walks away the winner. Some are even saying Anthony was allegedly paid up front to take the fall. but then decided at the last second to do the opposite and teach Jake a lesson instead. And just like that, the theories exploded all over again. Now, there's another clip making the rounds, and it's only adding more fuel to the conversation. In the video, fans claim Jake Paul can be heard telling Anthony Joshua to stick to the script or else. And that moment alone sent social media into a frenzy. People have been talking for years about the so-called Jake Paul curse. And the list of things tied to his past opponents is making a lot of viewers uncomfortable. Jake has fought around 13 people, and a shocking number of them later dealt with serious personal or health issues, at least according to online discussions. Fans bring up Mike Tyson, who reportedly faced a severe medical emergency before their fight and spent weeks hospitalized. Nate Robinson vanished from the spotlight after his bout, while Ben Askren suffered serious health complications that nearly ended his life. Tyron Woodley went from elite fighter status to publicly talking about financial struggles, which fans say felt like a sudden fall. Then there's Tommy Fury, whose personal life and career reportedly unraveled, and Ryan Borland, who walked away from boxing entirely and chose a regular job instead. To conspiracy-minded fans, the pattern feels impossible to ignore. People are also pointing out what they call strange symbolism surrounding Jake Paul himself. Fans constantly bring up his tattoos, including the large, all-seeing eye on his chest, and other designs featuring skulls, demons, or esoteric imagery that they link to occult themes. Then there's the tongue gesture he does in nearly every fight. One post on X said, "Remember that last Jake Paul fight when he did the lizard tongue at Joshua? That was a signal." While another user wrote, "Call me crazy, but this Anthony Joshua situation felt like someone reminding him who really pulls the strings." And just like that, the theories went even deeper. To a lot of people online, it feels like someone didn't follow the script during that fight, and now everything after it is being examined under a microscope. The tongue gesture, the energy in the ring, the sudden chaos afterward. Some fans think someone lost a lot of money because things didn't go as planned, but that's just speculation people are throwing around. Then there's the number that keeps popping up and making conspiracy circles lose their minds, 33. Fans point out that the fight allegedly pulled in 33 million viewers, and it also happened to be Anthony Joshua's 33rd professional bout, which instantly set off alarm bells for the numerology crowd. Add this on top of his record, 29 wins and 4 losses. And people online are saying 29 plus 4 equals 33, which only made the theory spread faster. Now, some say a number is just a number, and that's where the conversation should end. But others argue that once you understand how powerful groups allegedly move behind the scenes, nothing is ever accidental, at least in their eyes. And that leads to the question everyone keeps asking: what really happened here? Was the car crash just a tragic coincidence, or was it something darker meant to send a message? Some believe it was a warning because Anthony went off script and didn't play his role the way people expected. Others claim it was meant to be far worse, even saying it was supposed to end his life as punishment for embarrassing the wrong people on a massive stage. And then there's the most disturbing theory of all: the idea that Anthony did exactly what Kanye once claimed happens in the industry, sacrificing people close to him for success or protection. It sounds wild, but the timing, the coincidences, and the patterns have people spiraling. Or maybe none of it means anything at all. And this is exactly why the internet refuses to let this story die. Every time people think the conversation is slowing down, another clip resurfaces, another comment goes viral, or another detail suddenly feels off. Fans are now rewatching old interviews, old fights, and even old tweets, trying to spot signs they might have missed before. Some are pointing out how Anthony Joshua's behavior changed right after the fight. The silence, the lack of normal media runs, the way things suddenly went quiet. Others are saying the timing of everything feels way too precise to ignore, especially when you line up the fight, the crash, and the online reactions back to back. To them, it doesn't feel natural. It feels calculated. Then you've got people saying this is exactly how these situations always play out. First comes the spectacle, then the confusion, then the warning, and finally the fallout. Fans keep saying, watch what happens next, because they believe the real consequences don't show up right away. They come later when attention starts to fade. Of course, there are also people pushing back hard, saying this is all just internet paranoia mixed with coincidence. They argue accidents happen,